Every 90 seconds, someone in the UK is admitted to hospital with an acquired brain injury. Every 90 seconds, someone's life changes in an instant. There are many possible causes of an acquired brain injury, including falls, road traffic accidents, tumours, and stroke. An acquired brain injury can lead to a wide range of difficulties. The more severe the brain injury, the longer term and more pronounced these difficulties are likely to be. An acquired brain injury can lead to people having difficulties completing just simple everyday tasks that most of us take for granted. For some people, the emotional, behavioural, physical and cognitive changes of an acquired brain injury can have an impact on existing and future relationships. Social isolation is a very common outcome for people following an acquired brain injury. Many of these changes and difficulties can be very difficult to detect and can remain hidden. They only become more evident when the person with an acquired brain injury finds themselves in specific situations or when they are trying to complete a task or activity. Tilly, Paddy and Jack are 3 young people who acquired a brain injury as the result of a road traffic accident. They have worked together as part of their involvement in a Speech Therapy Northeast online social communication group. Knowing that the difficulties people with an acquired brain injury face can often be hidden, Tilly, Paddy and Jack were very keen to produce a video to raise awareness of what it is like to live with an acquired brain injury through sharing their personal stories.
I'm Paddy Wilkinson, I'm 21 years old and I was in a car accident 3 years ago. I had just finished college and I was going to go into uni. It was in the summer holidays gap between each term. I had a bleed on the brain, a fracture in my neck, a lot of ligament damage in my neck. I had a broken collarbone, 6 fractured ribs on this side, a punctured lung, a torn spleen and a fractured pelvis. Yeah, I found myself overthinking what I was going to say and what I had said. If I thought I said the wrong thing in a conversation with my friends, I'll be thinking about it all night, beating myself up about it. I'm in a lot of neck and back pain, but it's slowly getting better. I can't play guitar as long as I used to, because if I'm sat down playing, I'll be hunched over and it'll just get really uncomfortable dead fast. And if I stand up, like the weight of the guitar, it gets a bit much on my shoulder sometimes. So I don't practice as much as I used to, but I still try and get as much as I can. I felt a lot sadder for a while, kind of confused, but I'm in a bit of a better place right now. When it happened, I was trying to find potential meaning in things where in reality there was no meaning. It was just a freak accident. But once these group sessions started, I realised, oh no, I'm not alone. There is other young people going through the same thing, which was quite comforting to me. Even though it is sad that other people are going through it, it's just comforting to know I'm not alone in it. At the minute, I plan on just getting a recovery time in, maybe joining a band, because when it happened, I don't think I gave myself enough time to recover before starting uni. I think it was only 3 months after, so I've not really had proper recover time. So I'm just gonna dedicate myself to getting my back better and stuff like that. Maybe get a job. As long as I feel comfortable, I'll be happy, feeling positive about life.
Good luck with it all.
Thank you, thank you.
What's her name? Tilly. Tilly, can you open your eyes for me?
Are you happy for us to get her out?
Should we just get her out?
Yeah, just get her out. Yeah.
So my name is Tilly Raper. I am 20 years old. The accident happened when I was 19. I was in a car accident. I was a backseat passenger. And the accident happened in March of 2022. So I'm sort of just over a year on now. So I was actually in my last year of college, doing health and social care, sociology and media, with the hope to go to university. I'd applied at a few different universities to study social work, and been accepted, obviously on the condition that I passed all my exams and stuff. So I actually broke my pelvis, lacerated my spleen, had contusions on my lungs, and then obviously the main one is the brain injury. I stayed in hospital about 3 months, just between different wards. So I was in intensive care for a little while because I was sort of in and out of a coma. Then I was on the trauma ward for a while, and then I got moved eventually to the neuro trauma ward. Neuro rehab ward. But it took a while to get me there because of COVID and stuff. Looking back, it doesn't, if you think of 3 months, it doesn't think of that long of a space of time. But when it was in it, it felt like literally like half a year. My life is so different now to what it was. Yeah, like if you'd have told me this time 2 years ago that this would be what I was doing with my life, I'd be like, no way. Yeah, it's just literally completely different. Yeah, I couldn't sit here and tell you all of the ways that it's changed my life because we'd be here all day, but completely changed my life. So I just do a lot of rehab, so neuropsychology, OT, physio and stuff, just to sort of regain some sort of normality in my life, and hopefully progress me to a place where I am living somewhat of a normal life, whatever normal is, but yeah. So I'm actually hoping to take a course in teaching assistant, and yeah, just lots of courses and stuff to sort of get me back on track to hopefully have some sort of career, and I'm hoping to drive this year as well, or start learning to drive again, and moving out and living independently. I'm really trying to build more skills of living independently, because I mean, I'm 20, I don't want carers and stuff, although obviously people do have carers all the time, but that's just not something I want for me. And I want to try and be at a place where I don't need carers or help at home. I want to be able to live a normal life and be independent. 3 of my main goals really: driving, some sort of course, and living independently, definitely.
It was October 26th, 2018. I was 17 at the time. I was a passenger in a car with my friend at the time. And I've got no memory of the accident, but yeah, that's to my knowledge all I know. At the time I was in sixth form. I was in I'd just completed my first year of sixth form, so I was in year 13. I think I'd done about 2 months. So I was A-levels, it was A-levels, yeah. 9 months I spent in hospital. It was roughly about a year, I think. It was 6 months in a rehabilitation centre, where I was learning things, like relearning basic things like walking, talking essentially, and then it gradually improved to like skills around the house, that sort of thing. I think the main one, just like it's relationships just become much harder, like whether it's friendships, just with your family, just everything with anyone. You just feel very isolated and just like abandoned, I guess. I guess physical issues, having to relearn to walk, that came about because I've got left side muscle issues, I guess. That's a big one. Memory's also a massive one. Yeah, memories, it's huge. I forget everything. I forget my own name if I could. And now I work just part-time at Iceland. It's like a food shop. And obviously with the memory issues, having to learn the till system and everything like that was very hard at first. But I've been there for about 2 years now, so I know what I'm doing now. I know everything. Yeah. 5 years on, and like as much as I remember, this has always been my life. And I kind of see myself before the injury as a different person. So now I'm like this new person. So I don't like try to associate myself. And like I say, I'm not as raw. It's the injury is just, it's in the past now, and try to move on. I think I do that pretty well. I moved out, living by myself for about 2 years now. It was February last year, so yeah, about 1.5 years. And I think I do pretty well. There's never been any big issues, or even issues, to be honest. I think there was one time where one of my mum's friends cut through the wall and cut through the wires for the electrics, and the whole electrics went off in the flat, and I had to, I don't even know what happened, but yeah, that wasn't good. That was scary. But I don't think there's been anything crazy, any issues or anything. I'm doing pretty well by myself. You don't truly learn to drive unless you're by yourself behind the wheel, and I think that's the same as living by yourself, I guess, and just life as a whole. It's a good metaphor. It applies to literally everything, I feel. Just whenever you're by yourself, just you can learn, like, there's pressure, but you need to learn to overcome it, I guess, and just take things as they come. Just, yeah. Just having just a positive attitude, I guess. Just trying to say to yourself that you'll not get beaten by the injury. You'll not let it defeat you, I guess. Yeah, just trying to stay positive. I think the big ones, just give them time, just be patient. Don't expect anything from them, I guess. Just try and help them. Don't speak down to them, I guess. Just try and speak positively. Show, like, not say well done for your recovery, but, you know, like, show some sort of appreciation, I guess. Just say well done, I guess. Like I said, I'm working part-time. Recently the hours have been going up with my job. I think I'm doing a lot more hours recently. It's not quite full-time yet, but it's getting on my way, and then I'm still looking for concrete ideas for like a career path, try and shape my life, I guess. Just take each day as it comes. Each day is a separate day, I guess. Just take each day as it comes, yeah.
We hope this video has helped you gain a better understanding of what it is like for a person to live with an acquired brain injury. If you would like any more information about an acquired brain injury and to see where your local Headway support group might be, then visit the Headway UK website at www.headway.org.uk. If you or someone you know is having difficulties with communication or swallowing following an acquired brain injury and would like some advice, then visit the Speech Therapy Northeast website at www.speechtherapynortheast.co.uk. We would like to thank Tilly, Paddy and Jack for sharing their stories and working so hard developing this video. Huge thanks also go to Darlington College for filming and editing the video, and Social Return Case Management Company for providing one of their rooms for the filming of this video.